As a society, in aggregate, our aggregate actions, they can't be performed in isolation. They are going to affect the whole dynamic. So as we are out of balance, the whole society will become out of balance. The whole earth will become out of balance. You know, as we are treating animals, ultimately the universe is going to shift and rearrange the whole field of living dynamic energy in which we live, and it's going to bring us the experience of what we are doing to those beings. So if we enslave and torture and ultimately murder animals, then we're going to be in some form or fashion enslaved, tortured, and murdered. And this is what we're causing on a mass level. And if you don't think, again, for anybody who wants to just be dismissive of that, your mind is shut down. You're under mind control. Your mind is shut down to how the universe really works, because you've been told don't look into the dynamics of the occult, of the unseen world, of the unseen universe. You're looking at things on only a three-dimensional matter is all there is level, and that's a worldview. That's a poisoned worldview. You don't understand that this is a spiritual reality, and we are having an experience through the material domain. Okay? They're one and the same, however. You know, they're entangled. Spirit and matter are entangled. Matter is the vehicle for which the spirit is expressing itself and learning and growing and gathering experiences. So if you don't think that there is this underlying energy that is going to dynamically shape what happens here intelligently and creatively, you don't understand that the universe is alive, that it is intelligent, that it is working with us, in conjunction, co-creating with us through our free will choices to bring us the dynamics of the experiences that we then must live and undergo. If you don't get that, your mind is still in chains. You're still believing in the primacy of matter, and that we don't take on consequences when we cause suffering to other beings. And ultimately, what people who think that way don't really understand is the non-duality of all beings, that as one being suffers, we are all experiencing suffering.
So we may, in fact, be in this realm to learn that, and the sooner we learn that we may be here to learn the cause and effect reality, the sooner we can evolve.
That's right.
So Mark, as we close here, I want to hear from you the major hard truths that, whether people be in the truth movement or New Age, which you haven't mentioned already, what they should know as a truth, and then to smash through the false truths that people have also kind of attached their belief systems.
It all comes down to knowing the difference, the objective, inherent difference in creation between right and wrong. These are not relativistic. When you go into moral relativism, you're going down the slippery slope that leads to totalitarianism. The real dynamic for people to understand is what is a right. If you cannot immediately, boom, spit out the answer, know it deeply in the core of your being what a right is, there's a problem. This is why our society has gotten to the point that it has gotten to. A right is an action that does not cause harm to another being. That's what a right is. So if it causes harm to someone else, if it resulted in a harm or a loss to someone else, if you took something from them by taking that action, if you took life, rights, freedom, property, security from them, etc., you didn't have a right to take that action. Therefore, it was a wrong. All wrongs. You could do this exercise. Try to think of a wrong that isn't a form of theft. You can't do it. Every single wrongdoing that exists is a form of theft. Okay? If I coerce someone else's free will, I've stolen their free will from them. I've taken something away that wasn't mine to take. All right? If I steal someone's property, that was theirs. Didn't belong to me. I stole. That wasn't my right to take. If I physically harmed somebody, I took someone's right to remain unharmed from them. It wasn't my right to take. If I kill someone, or let's say I rape someone, I took their free will association to sexually associate with who they will. I stole their free will again. It wasn't my right to that wasn't my right to take that from them. If I take someone's life, if I murder someone, okay, not defend my life, my property, if someone else is accosting me with violence, that would be a form of killing defensively. But if I murder someone, without any right to do so, without them having done violence unto me, then that is a theft. I've taken life. The life wasn't mine to take. This is what we have to understand. We have to understand what rights are by understanding what wrongs truly are. And all wrongs are some form of theft. And what this place ultimately is, the big lesson here is to learn what's yours, what's not yours, what your rights are, what your rights are not to do, what actions are your rights, what actions are not your rights, and then willfully choose the right action over the wrong action. Willfully choose not to take what is not ours to take from other beings. When we do that, we'll be free. We continue to refuse that lesson, we're going to go deeper and deeper into chains. That's all it really comes down to.
Very good. Mark, thank you. We covered a lot of really good information.
Alex, thanks so much.
And I'm sure those watching are looking to hear more of Mark's perspectives and ideas. And you can do that over at whatonearthishappening.com. He's got a lot of podcasts. And in the next coming months, you're going to have the Free Your Mind videos up, and people are going to be able to see some of those lectures?
Yes, they'll be up in a video on demand format first for a few months, which will really help us to recoup some of the losses. We did end up in the red. We didn't quite make it into the black this year. We put up a lot of personal resources to be able to put this event on. We didn't quite recoup it. So hopefully, through the donations for a video on demand, we'll make a little bit of that back, and then we'll release them after a few months of that. We'll release them totally for free, out in the open, on both the freeyourmindconference.com website and on YouTube.
Excellent.